Dear students, today we read Unit 3 of the Lesson 7, The Cat, written by Andrew Barton Patterson. In the previous unit, we all know that the family members and their guests gathered round a fire and they all enjoying their evening tea. And the cat was very civic or very timid or polite to the guest. But after that, we start the unit 3. When the family has finished tea and gathers round the fire, the cat casually goes out of the room. So when the family finish their tea time, their evening party, and they all gathers round the fire, the cat he has no business in that time. So the cat slowly or lazily, casually means lazily, goes out of the room. True life now begins for him. And after that, after the tea is over, the party is over, the true life or the actual characteristics or actual life of a cat starts. Now we see what the cat is actually. He saunters down his own backyard, springs to the top of the fence, drops slightly down to the other side. So now what he does, he saunters down his own backyard. Saunters means walks in a relaxed manner or strolls. So the cat walks in a relaxed manner on his own backside of the house. Springs to the top of the fence. Spring means jumps. He jumps like a spring to the top of the fence. Fence means here boundary. So he jumps like a spring to the top of the boundary and drops lightly down to the other side. And he drops slightly means slightly down to the other side of the boundary or fence. He trots across and skips to the roof of an empty shed. He trots across. Trots means mainly four-legged animals like cat, dog. They trots. Trots means not like run or not like walk. That means slight jogging. So he jogs like or walks like that falls between a walk and a run. So he trots across and skips to the roof of an empty shed. Skips means leaps. So after that he leaps to the roof of an empty shed. So where he reaches on the top of or the roof of an empty shed. His movement becomes lithe and panther-like. So here you get a radical change of cat's character. The cat's movement becomes lithe. Lithe means graceful or smooth. So in this point, the cat's movement becomes very graceful or smooth and panther-like. Panther means leopard. So here he looks like a king or he walks like a king. So in the unit 1 or unit 2, you all see that the cat is a very meek creature, very timid, fond of ease. But now in this unit 3, you know or you learn the real character of a cat. So here he becomes like a king or his movement becomes very graceful. He looks keenly from side to side and moves noiselessly, for he has so many enemies, dogs and small boys with stones. So here the cat looks keenly. Keenly means minutely. So he looks minutely or very sharply from side to side. The both side he looks very minutely and moves noiselessly. And he walks with making no sound. So here he becomes very graceful. His movement becomes very graceful because he has so many enemies. So what is the cause of this change in his behavior? Because he has so many enemies. So who are the enemies? The enemies are dogs and some small boys, some naughty boys with stones Actually, this type of naughty boys hurts the cats or dogs by throwing stones, and they get enjoyment from this. They think it is a game. They gets enjoyment by hurting these animals. So the cat here becomes very serious and don't make any sound, does not make any sound, because he know that there are enemies who can harm him. Okay, now we complete our para 1 from unit 3. Now we start second paragraph of unit 3. On top of the shed, the cat arcs his back and rakes his claws once or twice through the soft bark of the old roof. So, after he reaching on the top of the shed, the cat arcs his back. Arcs means he bends or curves his body like a bow, that is curve shape or arch shape. So the cat arches his back and rakes his claws. Rakes means scratches. Scratches his claws. Claws are sharp, pointed, curved nails. That is mainly of animal. This type of claws we usually seen in the foot of the animals. So the cat scratches his claws once or twice through the soft bark of the old roof. He stretches himself a few times to see if every muscle is in full working order. After that, what he does? He stretches himself. He widens his body a few times to see. Why he does this? Because he wants to check if every muscle of his body is in full working order. That means if he is fit or not, he wants to check by widening, by stretching his body. Then drooping his head nearly to his paws, he sends across a call to his kindred. After that, what he does? He drooping his head. Drooping means bending his head nearly to his paws. What is paws? Paws mainly animals' foot having claws plus pads. Actually, we, the human beings, walk with our foot, but animals walks with the help of their paws. So actually it is called animal foot. He sends across a call to his kindred. He sends across a call. He called his kindred. Kindred means fellow or near ones. So here the cat stretches himself to see if his all the muscles are in full working order, and after that he drooping his head near his paws and he calls, he give a message, give a signal to his fellow cats. Before long they come gliding graceful shadows. So after the cat giving a message or a call to his fellow cats, until they come in a gliding, that means flying or sleeping, and graceful shadows, and when the cats all together come, their shadows looks like a gliding way and it is in very graceful system. Okay, no longer are they the meek creatures who an hour ago were mewing for fish and milk. Now when all the cats gather, if you look them, they are no longer the timid creatures. Meek means timid, who an hour ago were mewing for fish and milk. You all know that in para 1, in unit 1 or 2, we see the cat as a very meek creature. But here in this unit 3, the real character of the cat appears. Okay, and mewing is the call of the cat. So now they no longer mewing for fish and milk. They are now grim fighters. They now become grim. Grim means serious or strong fighter. So here we observe a great transformation of the characteristics of a cat. Before he was very timid, very meek, but now he becomes strong and grim fighter. Okay, so here we complete our second paragraph from the unit 3.